Right. What's up? What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the live stream. I'll give people a few moments to join because of the whole nonsense I just did. Man, got some chips. Oh wait, damn! I just realized I can't eat on stream. You're gonna hear me freaking eating, and that's nasty. Try to swallow my drink very quietly as well because that's nasty as well. All right, let's see if we have anybody. No, it doesn't look like we got anyone yet. I am live. Okay, there we go. Analytics. Can't change that. Nope. I think I screwed myself by going live and then turning off live. But we'll wait. We'll wait for people to join. At least one person will get started. Maybe two people. In the meantime, while we wait for people to join, welcome anyone who is here. Make sure my phone is on vibrate. We'll put it facing away so I'll just hear it. And I need to prep some harnesses so that I can do this more quickly on camera. So let me find those plugs. Okay. Welcome, YouTube. Today we are talking about backup cameras, or tonight we're talking about backup cameras and how trash your OEM backup camera is, and how there's nothing you can do to fix it because it's trash. No, I'm just kidding. I want to go over some camera options, some things to consider, so to say, and then some of the options you have. I just need a power thing. Who has one? You have one. Okay. So this whole thing is sparked by. Hold on. What am I? Okay. Oh yeah, I'm gonna need a power inverter. Oh crap! I'm not even gonna need this. All right, let's grab one. Make sure these dogs are doing that stupid. Okay, we're good. All right, welcome YouTube. If you're watching, just throw a comment down in the comments. Just be like, yo, what's up? In the meantime, well, before I get started, I'm just going to which one? Why it looks bad? So someone said, hello. My 2011 TSX, is it the camera or the screen, you think? Is the picture hazy, or what does the screen look like? I'm going to show you on video what some cameras look like, and then you can kind of tell me more from there. OEM screen is going to need this to ground. Okay, so for one step at a time here. For 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, and then 5. Okay, so 5 total. So what's up, YouTube? So one person is all it takes, baby. One person, we put on a show. So let me walk you through what's going on real quick. So This is prompted because I get a lot of emails about people's OEM backup cameras. So if you have a 2007, 8, or above, no, even the MDX, some years in the MDX, like 05, 06 MDX, are going to come with a backup camera. The TL708, TSX 04 to 08 doesn't have one. Anyways, let's just generalize 2007 and up. Your Acura has a backup camera. The backup camera can look a little different, but ultimately they're all going to be some sort of fisheye like this. So look, this is out of a TLX. This is like, this is out of a TL. But you can see very similar build, similar shape. I understand they're in different mounts. This one mounts here, this one mounts here, but similar mounting mechanisms as well. But the connectors are different. But anyways, I'm just talking about the cameras. General, they look the same. The cameras use an NTSC video feed or CVVS. I'm not sure. I'm not a video engineer. Please don't. Please tell me the correct one, and I'll use that going forward. But I'm not sure what the correct one is. But they use a old school format that would show up on your TV. That's what we're going to put it as. Newer cameras use a format called AHD, which this is an AHD camera right here, and you can see it looks very similar to the one I just showed you. It has the same two connectors, but the actual video information that travels is encoded differently than what is sent on the other one. AHD is the newer one. That's like if you ever have like a Chrysler truck or a Ford product and like they have like the 12 or 10-inch screen or 8-inch screen and the camera looks crystal clear, that's going to be AHD. So I'm going to show you all of that. The whole reason for all this is I want to show you night performance. So night performance is very important to some people. The old school trick is to just upgrade your tail lights or reverse lights to LEDs. So when you're in reverse, you get really bright LEDs and that helps. The other trick is for your camera to have LEDs. So this camera right here actually has LEDs. And then the other trick is for your camera to have IR lighting. That's going to be this camera right here. This camera has IR lights. So you can see they look very similar to the actual LEDs, but these will turn on, these won't. And we're going to cover all of this in a like very thorough detail. Right now, I want to show you what the OEM camera looks on like on an OEM screen. Then we're going to look at what it looks like on an aftermarket screen or just one of these monitors. Then we're going to look at night performance on the OEM screen and that screen to see if there's any limitations of the screen. That's why we're also looking at the screen. This is from a 2010 Acura MDX, but this is going to be representative of all those cars. They're all going to have very similar 8-inch screens like this one, so we'll get a good comparison for you. But right now, before I jump into all that, I need to do some prep work so that I can make connecting and disconnecting stuff real easy. So I'm going to get started with that first. Oh yeah, the OEM screen is only 800 by 480, so it's not high resolution at all. It's a very low resolution screen. That's why when you sometimes upgrade to like even higher end cameras, they don't look that much better because it's a limitation of how many pixels the actual screen can show you. And we'll see that in our tests. Also, this isn't a test I've done before. Like I've done partial parts of this test, but not fully conclusive like this in one video. So I'm not 100% sure exactly what the results are going to be. And also, this is like a late at night test that I haven't fully, like, I literally got the idea and then I made it up as I went. So there might be things that I don't test in the best way. So please forgive me. If this is actual something people want and want me to really investigate, I will do so, but I will do it with more time and research than what I'm putting together right now. Right now, I have no script. All I've done is think about all those people, answer those emails, and then realize, hey, you know what? I should do a video on this. So I'm trying to just go by what I know people have asked me for and information that I know off the top of my head. And we will do some light research, but I'm rambling. I'm just trying to say that I may make a mistake. Forgive me. This isn't something that's planned. I'm just doing it here live. Okay. So that's going to be power. That's going to be ground. Right now what I'm doing is I'm making an adapter. So this is the OEM camera. I don't want to splice into the wires for this OEM camera. So I'm making an adapter harness that's going to plug into here and then allow me to interface with the camera the way that I want. For the best results, yes, you're going to want a HD screen and an HD camera, but we'll talk about that in a second because it's not as simple as just aftermarket radio and high resolution camera, because even aftermarket radios have very low resolutions. You really need to look for the specific radio to do so. You'll find that Android screens really do a good job showing AHD cameras, and I think I'll cover that as well. I have an Android screen you can look at. Yeah, some of the issues I've seen on OEM backup cameras are the actual lens um, fading over time. So this actual will fade. I've heard you can polish this, but I'm not 100% sure. I'll take one apart for you so you could see. I have one that's semi-apart. You can kind of see if maybe we could clean that lens on the inside or sometimes, because sometimes they also get oxidized. That also happens. So we'll get there one step at a time. First, I want to show you the OEM backup camera on the OEM screen so we have a reference. Otherwise, everything else I show you is like, okay, but did it look better? Does it actually work the right way or what? And then I could ground that. I could ground that right here, no matter. Luckily for you, for backup cameras, you do have options. So not just us. If you have an ILX, there's like a company that makes a specific ILX camera. If you have an MDX, there are like OEM cameras on Amazon and online you can buy. I think our product makes sense depending on the options available for your car, but there are also other options that are cheaper. It's just the longevity of the camera. Like we'll give you a 3-year warranty with our camera. But cameras are so cheap, you don't need to use ours. They're all relatively the same when it comes to like your basic functionality. But let me make this and then I'll give you more of my thoughts of exactly what I'm talking about so you can see what I mean. But let me solder this. Oh, I'm gonna have no way to sleeve that later, so let me just undo this, pull that out, grab a sleeve now, and then switch my cameras. So right now I'm just making a harness that I know we're going to need later. So I'm just making it now as people join the live stream and because also we're going to need it. Yeah, it doesn't hurt. Try to polish it, see if you can get any result from that. We'll open one up so you could see if it will actually help, like if there's anything that's actually there or not. All right, so here's our little adapter harness. This is so we can get to the OEM cam without having to wiretap any of the wires for OEM cam. So this is the OEM cam out of 0708 Acura TL. I actually don't even know if it works, honestly. I bought the camera so I can look at the pictures. But, whoa, what just happened? Oh, okay, it's back. That was weird. My stream like cut out. My Wi-Fi's off? Yeah. All right. Why doesn't that one want to go in all the way? Okay. Sure, man. Give me, if you want to ask your question, I'll definitely take a look, but I may not answer it right away. Or I may answer it, but I may not be able to show you if there's any specific things I've got to show you. Just because we're working on the camera stuff right now. Come on. Bro, where's my other lighter? All right, so our adapter harness is made. So this is the, sorry, I just burned my hand. This is the camera. Hold on, make sure my wife ain't text me. Nah, we're good. Okay. This is the camera out of an 0708 Acura TL. It's broken because when you try to remove this camera, it always breaks. It's so annoying, man, honestly. It's just literally plastic around metal. So it just rusts and just breaks off. So I hope that doesn't happen to you. But anyways, this lets me see the OEM camera without me having to do any wiretapping. And now I'm going to show you the OEM camera on this screen right here. Just real quick. So let's grab my ground and my power. Okay. This is my power brick right here, so to say. It's already plugged in. I just got to strip a little wire here. Okay, so we got to connect our power inverter because the factory camera is 8 volts. So we can't send it 12. We might blow it up. Okay. Hooking this up to here. And then we have to hook up red and black. And then I'm just going to clear the table so that it's very clear what we're looking at, because the last thing I want is for people to misunderstand what I'm trying to show. And it's because there's so much stuff on the table, they're making an assumption that's not the truth. So I'm going to move a lot of stuff off my table real quick. Okay. Get that out of the way. I'm actually just going to zoom this camera in for a second. No, if you use coaxial speakers, you don't need to change your tweeters. You could just disconnect them. Sometimes you leave them connected, they might cause an issue. But okay, so here in front of me, you have, I'm just taking shit away, so I gotta explain less and less. Get my phone out of here. I'll throw my phone in here. Okay. All right, so OEM backup camera, little aftermarket screen, and this is my power supply. So this wires you see is just to turn it on. So right now it says no signal. If I switch, nice, this camera works. Here's the camera. I hate that there's no way to show you this. HDMI into video. I'm just trying to think. I have a big ass TV thing that could possibly do it. It's gonna be retarded. It would be pretty easy to hook up. All right, hold on. Give me 1 second. It's gonna be dumb, but it'll show you the best that I can. Where the hell is it? Damn. Hope it's a closet. All right, YouTube, you can't say I'm not dedicated to the grind right now, bro. You can't say I'm not dedicated to the grind. This right here is the shit that's in your living room to control your media. I'm going to use it as a video converter right now. It's going to be retarded, but it will work. So first things first, we need an RCA cable. Okay, we got that. Then we need an HDMI cable. That's gotta be up in there, bro. Damn, bro. That's the only place I have HDMI cable. That's so annoying, bro. There's none behind the TV. There's none over here. Okay. Oh, this is male to female. Motherfucker. Bro, it's like the longest HDMI cable in the world. But it'll do the job. Alright, YouTube, this is all to help you see better. Alright, which camera is me? Nope, wrong one. Okay. So there goes me right there. Okay. This is going to be HDMI out. Then we need a video in. Video. Where's AV1? AV1 doesn't have video. I'll go AV3. And then we need an RCA to RCA. I think this is the craziest thing I've ever done to make something work, to show it on stream. But hey, if it works, right? Okay. So, we're going to disconnect my camera from going to the monitor. And we're going to hook up my camera to my receiver now. Okay. I'm going to turn my receiver on. So now you should see exactly the receiver. And now we're going to turn the receiver to input 3 or 4. There you go. Let's go, baby. You can't tell me that your boy ain't out here for y'all, bruh. Alright, homie. This is crazy, bruh. This is legit craziness right now. Alright. So let me flip between the cameras. So this is legit. The actual image off the back of camera. Like, here's the back of camera. And oh my god, why does it look so terrible? I guess the light. It doesn't have any light. I'll put it behind me. I'll put it to me. Here, let me flip it. So this is the actual image from this back of camera. Is my actual garage. Pointing it at the camera like gets lost. But this is the actual image from the back of camera. I'm going to show you the image from the aftermarket camera that we sell. So you have 2 reference points. So I'm going to disconnect that. I'm going to power this off. I'm going to get the backup camera we were talking about. Oh, where the hell is the little adapter harness, man? One sec, I gotta grab it. Okay. Oh, don't need the adapter anymore. And then I can power this with this thing down here. Okay. All right, so now you're gonna see the actual video image from the other camera. So here's the other camera. You see the angle's wider? I'll show you myself again. So you tell me, hold on, I can do like a quick swap so that you can see very quickly what just happened there. AV3, AV4, did I swap it? No, it's AV3. So what happened with my camera? I disconnected power somehow? Hold on, I don't know what I did. Oh, okay, I unplugged it from the back. Okay, so here's the camera again. You can see it's a wider angle. So I'm going to keep it looking at myself so you can get an idea of what it looks like. So wider angle. I'm going to swap to the other camera real quick. I'm going to leave that one there. The other one's still on. Everything's still good. Where's the little adapter? Actually, you know what, YouTube? Because we have this huge video switch, if I get myself another RCA cable, I could just swap back and forth and show you. I just need another video cable. My dog chewed that one up. Of course it did. Okay. Got a freaking mess right here. All right, cool. All right, so this is what you're about to see. This is going to be AV4. Okay. All right, so this is the aftermarket camera we sell. This is the OEM camera. OEM camera. Hold on. What? Oh, that's the other camera. Okay. OEM camera. Oh, sorry, I went the wrong way. Okay. Aftermarket camera we sell. OEM camera. Aftermarket camera we sell. OEM camera. So it's definitely a better camera. The question is, does it look better on the OEM display? Before we move on, I want to show you the TLX camera and the AHD camera. So we'll see how those look right now. So I'm actually going to swap to just me because I need some time to hook that all up. Okay, where's the TLX camera and the TLX camera harness? Okay, cool. All right, so that's off. We can disconnect this and then unplug that. Disconnect this. Okay. All right. Plug that into there. Okay, and now we can turn that on and get this camera out of here. Okay, all right, so now we're gonna see, I'm gonna swap. What camera is that? Okay, so here's a TLX OEM cam. So TLX OEM cam, they made some improvements. This is better than the OEM cam from 07, 08. So this is a 2015. No, this is a 2017 TLX camera. Still not super high HD like you would expect from the other ones, but wide screen. The other thing is this camera has the ability to change views. So I'm going to just demonstrate that real quick. It's just by touching one to ground. So now you see it's like on the bumper. And then I'm going to put myself in the screen. So, oh, sorry. Opposite side. There we go. So if I touch a certain wire to ground, then the camera view changes. If I touch the other wire to ground, then it should change the other way. So you see like that, normal, or like this. So this is the multi-view function of your OEM camera and your newer Acuras. This is going to start in 2010, 2011, where you have that multi-view. The same camera changes over and over. So look at this, and then I'm going to change you to, sorry, wrong way. So here's the, oh, sorry, I put it the wrong way. Okay. Aftermarket camera we sell, OEM backup camera, 2015 TLX. It's in wide angle mode, so you get more of me, which is pretty good. And then here's ours, not as wide angle. But I would say these are comparable, but definitely they're relatively the same. So now what we're going to look at is the AHD camera compared to this. So we'll see if that is any different. Okay. So here comes my AHD camera. I'm going to hook up power and hook up video. And then let's flip. We went the wrong way, I believe, yep, to AV3. It's not recognizing AHD. So that's a very common thing. AHD is a video format that's only available to certain devices. And even my little encoder or decoder here doesn't want to pick it up correctly. So I can't show you what AHD looks like. This camera does have a wire for me to cut. So let me show you that. This is very common for you to find on the eBay or Amazon radios. So they'll be AHD, but they'll come with these two wires. If you cut the white wire, it should switch to traditional NTSC, but that means it's not going to be much better resolution at all. So I cut that wire just now. I'm going to reconnect it, and hopefully now we should get an image. Yeah. Oh, there we go. So now we get an image. Let me swap it, and then let me show you the camera. So what do you think? Oh, hold on. I need to turn the parking lines off. That's something else we'll cover, the parking lines. But right now, these are fixed parking lines. I don't need them for my comparison right now. Okay, so then I'll put it back. Okay, so here's the AHD 1080p camera. So that's how these are marketed. These will say AHD 1080p. And if you use an AHD, it is 1080p. But when you use it in NTSC or the other mode where you cut the wire, it's not necessarily 1080p. I don't know what resolution they really rely it to, but here's the actual image. And then I'm going to swap back and forth. So I'm putting the cameras in the same location. I'm going to swap back and forth between the cameras so you could see. Tell me what you think. So this is the aftermarket camera, the AHD camera, so to say. And then here is, oh, I went the wrong way. Here is the factory OEM. This is the aftermarket camera. OEM TLX. Aftermarket. Hold on, let me fix the angle on the TLX because it's really not a good comparison. Okay, that one's down, so that's not what we want either. So we want this one. Is this, what the? That's the same wire I just grabbed. Okay, move that wire out the way, please. Okay. No, this is down too. So both got to go to ground? Or is the other wide view the normal view? Yeah, the other view is the normal view. Okay, it's just a wider angle camera. So here's a TLX cam. Here is, I went the wrong way. I need to stop doing it. TLX cam, aftermarket AHD camera. I'm going to hold it out in front of me so you get a better idea. So this definitely does not have a wide angle like the other one did. I'm going to show you the other aftermarket camera that had a wider angle real quick. Where did I put it? Okay. Here's the aftermarket camera that had a wider angle than the other one we were just looking at. They're probably about the same. But yeah, I'll do one more switch. So aftermarket cam. I keep going the wrong way. Aftermarket cam, 2015 Acura OEM camera. I would say this one has a better view almost. I don't know. They're about on par. This one is wider. OEM camera, I think, kind of wins there. But we'll see on the OEM displays if they win or not. The last thing I'm going to show, actually, two more things I'm going to show you. I'm trying to think what's the best way to show them to you. I think on that other camera real quick. So let me grab the other camera. Where the freak did I put it? And let me twist the green wires together again. One second, guys. Make sure I don't lose my mic. Okay, cool. All right, so now we're gonna swap. It's one forward or back? Back. Okay, so this is what's referred to as fixed parking lines. I had the camera the wrong way, so I have the wrong way. Okay, there we go. Fixed parking lines. Fixed parking lines means that the lines are on the camera itself. So the camera is generating the lines that you see on the image right now. That red, yellow, green, blue is on the actual camera, a feature of the camera. You don't really want to use these. Your aftermarket radio usually has the ability for you to add lines on top of the backup camera image. So the actual aftermarket radio puts the lines there and they're adjustable. Almost all your aftermarket radios have the ability to do that. So you rarely want to get a camera that has fixed parking lines. Our camera actually doesn't have parking lines till you cut the wire. Most people don't ever cut the wire because they'll use the parking lines that are on the aftermarket radio. That's what I recommend you use. If your radio doesn't have that or you're using the OEM screen, then you can turn these on. It's usually just cutting a green wire like I did on stream. I cut the wire before and I put it back together, and that's what takes care of these lines. These lines move on the image, but they do not move in any way with the vehicle. They just move with the image. They're a good guideline. They're good to have. Most cars have them. If your car doesn't, then I understand turning them on. I'm going to show you what active parking lines look like. I'm going to grab that camera. Now, I'm not a big fan of active parking lines because they are never correct. They are a estimate or a guess by software inside the camera. So while they can be right, most of the time they won't be. There's no way to get them to respond to the steering wheel. So there might be a very expensive kit that's vehicle specific that will then respond as you turn the steering wheel. But the aftermarket cameras that do active backup cameras, active parking lines don't do that. Sometimes this is also referred to as dynamic parking lines. But what I understand dynamic parking lines to be are ones that are fully adjustable. So what, oh my God, I just ruined this wire. Okay. So what I mean by that is there's aftermarket radios where you can turn the lines on and off on the screen. But there's aftermarket radios where you can turn the lines on and off and you can adjust the lines so that they match the size of your car, the width, and how close you want to get to stuff. Those are what I consider dynamic parking lines. But sometimes people use active parking lines as dynamic or it's interchangeable. So Hold on, where'd the little thing go? Oh, I'm using it on over there. Okay, I need another one. One sec. Okay. All right, let's turn this off, and then I'll show you what time is it? Okay, it's not that late. So how long I've been streaming for? Okay, cool. Not too long. Yeah, I still got a bunch of work to do, YouTube, but I just wanted to do this live stream. Okay, so now my active parking lot camera is on, and where the hell is the camera? It can see up, so it must be in a drawer somewhere. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna swap the video now, and I'll just leave this, just that video on. I got a power acoustic radio set, and when I wired the reverse camera, the picture wouldn't show up. But if I plug the camera into the front camera port and go to the front camera app and reverse, it shows. That sounds like a weird software thing. But all right, look, here is the active, these are actual video feeds from the camera. They're coming through my receiver here. This is the receiver that used to be in my living room where I would send my video games to, and it would send it to my TV. But I haven't been playing video games. I put it away. The freak was that? Nah, bruh. That was okay. Whatever. Back to this. So this is the actual video feed. So here is the actual video feed from the camera. I'm gonna keep myself in the top corner there so that. Okay, this is the actual video feed from the camera, and you can see it's trying to guess which way I'm going. So these are what dynamic part. This is what. Okay, this is what people refer to as active parking lines, meaning they move as you move. So you can see I'm moving the camera, and the lines are, the camera must run software or some kind of computing detection that tries to determine which way I'm going and will adjust the car that way. But it's fake. It's nothing with the steering wheel. There's nothing else here. It's just me and the camera, and it's guessing which way. So I don't personally like these cameras. I feel like they're gimmicky, but people do like them. They do serve a purpose. Like right now, you see it's all the way to the left, but I'm holding it still. But it's just how the camera works. I want to say 7 out of 10 times it's going to be right, and then sometimes it's going to guess or move when you're not moving. That's just the whole gimmick here. The OEM ones are tied into the steering wheel, so they actually move when you move the steering wheel. They're not just guessing like this. Or maybe they are guessing. Maybe I'm wrong. I've never dissected a full system like that, so I can't say. I just assume they would be tied into the steering wheel. But yeah, so this is what is called active parking lines. And you saw fixed parking lines where the images don't move. Now, what I'm going to show you, oh, hold on, what just happened here? Oh no, what in the world? My little device guy froze. All right, it's booting up. Okay. Damn, I'm telling you, this thing killed my. Okay, now there we go. All right, I'm back. So what I'm going to show you now is something that's referred to as LED lights, which is pretty standard, just lights on a camera. And then the other ones are IR lights. And I'm going to show you what they both look like. Let me just kind of clean up here real quick. So I don't need this. I don't need this. I can move this out of the way here. That can stay. This can come up with me. Okay, then this we already looked at. This we already looked at. Where the hell are the other two cameras? Here we go. Okay. So here are the other two cameras. So first is the camera with the LEDs. So I'm going to power this on, and you'll see what it does. So as you can see, the camera itself actually has LEDs. Those are actual lights that are on. And now I'm going to show you what this looks like. So this has fixed parking lines, and it has LEDs. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to turn off my lights. So I'm going to flip to this camera so you can see what it looks like with the lights off. So that light is off. This light is off. Oh, not yet, but there we go. And this is the LEDs shining on me to create an image. So I'm going to show you what that looks like now. Oh, sorry. So here's the image that the LEDs are creating. It's like super bright on me. I'll get out of the way, but it's kind of on my hand still. You can see it's still kind of dark. It is bright on me, but I am very close to it. But this is what the LEDs do. They just shine light. So it just lights it up like your reverse lights would. I'm going to turn my lights back on. And the problem here is these are always going to stay on. There are cameras that can power switch, so like only when you're in reverse. But I just don't think that just more lighting is the solution. I think what the solution is IR lighting. But I'm not sure if IR light is specific, like the image generated has a specific use, or it can be used on anything. So we'll check that now. Wow, these people are liars. This camera doesn't have IR lighting. It just has LEDs. Bruh. Bullshit, bruh. Bullshit. This is the same bullshit. Oh my god, that got me pissed off, bruh. This is not IR lighting. It's LED lights. This is the same shit. Oh my god. I'm sorry, YouTube. This was supposed to be a freaking IR light camera. It's a cheap piece of shit. As you can see, look. Here's the box for it. So it was a cheap piece of shit, but it said it's supposed to be IR lights. Nope, and here it says 4 LED lights that supply a night vision. But on the listing online where I bought it, it said that it had IR lights. So I really apologize because you won't be able to see the whole reason for this live stream, which was to get a camera with IR lights so you could see what IR lighting is. Ah, man. I swore I didn't even check the camera because I was like, oh, nah, I ordered the right one. It said IR lighting, but it's not the right one. And I don't have any that are IR lit. Actually, I have that product. I wonder if any of those are IR lighting. Hold on, I want to. So we're talking about cameras, right? This is a 360 camera. Hold on, why is this? Okay. Nope, still. Nope. Okay. This is a 360 camera encoder device that I bought to do a 360 video system in. I wonder if any of these lights have any IR. Any of these cameras have any IR lighting. I doubt it, but it's worth a look. Yeah, none of them do. That's freaking whack, man. Just killed my whole thing, guys. We're gonna have to redo this live stream later on because that just killed the whole reason we were doing the live stream, which is to figure out if the IR lighting cameras would actually give us a solution. The thing that pisses me off is that I have IR lighting cameras, or I've had in the past, and I don't know where they are now. But if I would have just kept one, we wouldn't have this issue right now. Oh wait, I plugged that into the wrong thing. Sorry guys, one sec. But yep. Sorry to disappoint YouTube. Can't believe that's how it goes down. Goes down in the DMs like that. Ah, man, that's so frustrating, bro. You're gonna have to wait till I make a full video about it. I'll use some of the footage from here to make that video. If there's any other camera questions you have in the meantime, I'll be happy to answer them. I'm so mad right now. I'm just trying to think if there's anywhere that I have a camera, but I can't think of anywhere. Okay, I'll leave it here. All right, I'm gonna go put this stuff away real quick. Let me turn this off. All right, for the few of you who may not know what IR lighting is, it's just light that's not visible to the human eye, but cameras can pick it up. So then that allows you to see better at night. That's what like security cameras use. So it's big with security cameras. I'm sure you've all seen it. It's been around for a while now. It's not like it's something that's brand new. Yeah, I can't even show you AHD correctly because it's going to take an Android screen and it's going to be filming the screen of an Android screen. Yeah, man, I'm just tight right now. That's what happens when you try to order cheap shit from Amazon. Learn from my mistake, guys. Cheap shit from Amazon is usually not labeled correctly. And then you'll be like, what did I do wrong? But it wasn't you. You were sent the wrong stuff. And now you're out of luck because you gotta wait. But what I hope you did get from this live stream is that you can change. Okay, that first, your OEM backup camera is pretty garbage. The second part is that you can change the camera with an aftermarket camera, but it's just the format that the video is used that it's not good. So like even if you change the camera, the video format isn't allowed to get to super HD, so you're gonna be limited. Your screen also is low resolution, so that's gonna be another limiting factor. So there are like a few things that are gonna limit you from getting like that crystal clear HD picture on any factory screen. If you go aftermarket radio and your aftermarket radio has the ability to display AHD video, then you're golden. So like all the Android screens can handle, I wouldn't say all, but most of them can handle AHD. Then there are brand specific cameras that are HD. So like Pioneer has their own specific camera, Kenwood has their own specific camera that are actual HD cameras. Um, that work on their platforms with certain radios, have certain connections, kind of thing. So yeah, I'm so mad, man. Where's that camera that we use as the demo camera? We can put this back. I'm gonna get you a picture of what AHD would look like compared to a traditional camera. 07. Oh, it's a Type S though. Are you a big factory guy? Are you the I want to keep everything factory guy, or is it just you're trying to figure out what's the best option? Because if you're a big I want to keep it factory guy, then Grom's the only option, or the 9-inch Android screen. They both kind of look factory. But if you're looking for the best solution, aftermarket radio over the Grom piece any day of the week, just because all the features you're going to get with an aftermarket radio of your choosing. Yeah, that could go there. Okay, this camera. I can put in here as well. You know what? I'll show you the AHD backup camera real quick. Just because we're already here anyways, I already have the stuff out. So it'd make no sense for me to throw myself a little pity party and not show you what an AHD camera will look like. Oh no, my stuff didn't work out, so I'm crying about it. Gotta do with what you got, guys. Gotta do with what you got. Alright, so AHD camera, what's this one? Gotta put this white wire back together. It's very possible I just ordered the wrong shit, honestly. Oh, the Grom piece? Sorry. It's definitely more steps because of the mics and then additional wires, but it's very thorough. I don't have anything against Grom. I think they have great products. I just think for that car, unless like your goal is like, oh, I want everything to seem factory and look factory, then aftermarket radio just makes more sense. Okay, CBS video in one. Actually, I'll just go video 1. And then actually I'll just go video 2. Okay. All right. So let me sure this can, okay. So here is hold on, I have to show you what compared to another camera, right? Oh wait, what's powering that camera? Nothing is. Of course, because your boy don't be thinking, he just be doing. And when you don't think and just do, you make mistakes. So hold on. This connector has a fault in it, so it likes to just be a bitch. There we go. So that's powering on. I'm gonna turn off my overhead lights so you could see the screen better. Oh, that didn't help. Okay, so turn these off. Okay, there we go. That looks better. Okay. So now we're gonna see what like a crystal clear. I think you can't see me. Oh, you can see me. We're gonna see what a crystal clear camera image looks like, and I say that in quotes because it's not like gonna be like the freaking best image you've ever seen, but it's gonna be very good. I'm gonna also just take this off for the meantime. Then we'll go back, and then we'll go to home and apps, and then AV in is where camera 2 would be. Nope. This thing's gonna give us a problem, isn't it? Okay. It wants to be a little. You know what? We're gonna have to go into settings because it's probably set to the wrong one. So from the factory, it'll be set to the right one. Oh fuck! What is this password? Let's go. So yeah, on their camera RVC, you see AVN is NV. I need AHD 1080p 30 is. Oh no, that wasn't AHD. That's a TDI. So AHD 1030. Okay. And then we'll set this to AHD 1030, and then we'll go back and then reboot now. So what I just did is what I was talking to you about earlier is with video formats. The camera I got from Amazon is, and the camera we sell are NTSC video formats or CVVS video formats, which are the video formats that work with the OEM factory display and like 90% of aftermarket radios. When we go Android specific radios, then they are able to use a camera format called AHD. There are other radios, I don't have a list, that also can accept AHD, but Android screens can accept AHD and you can get real nice video. So I'll show you now. If I go back into apps and then AV in, our camera should come up. Oh, of course it didn't. Why not? We have power, we have video. We are on CVS 1. Oh, no. Hold on. We're in the wrong one. That's why. Oh, it's not coming up correctly? Oh, why is that? Oh, so it's not true 1080p, you lying mofos. All right, let's try 720 AHD. So we're going to go back into here, back into settings. Come on down to factory mode, 8888. Come back to camera, and then AV in, we're going to change to AHD 7. Oh, maybe it's AHD 25. All right, let's see that. Let's see AHD 25. And then let's get out of here. Oh, let's reboot now. Damn, I forgot all about my drink, guys. Nothing like a nice drink. Get you through the week. I'm just waiting for this to boot up. Trying to think what else I could tell you about cameras. I don't know. You have to ask a question. There's just so much. Let's see if this is the right format. There we go. All right. So now look at this. Look at this camera video right here. That is crystal clear. I wish. Oh, damn, I lost it. I wish I could show you how I was showing you before, but it's not possible. So what I will do is I will turn on my light and then I will zoom my camera in. Directly over it. And you could see my stupid face. It doesn't do it justice, guys. It really doesn't do it justice. This is so clear that it just looks good. It looks like a backup camera should. And Yeah, that's the AHD backup camera on an AHD compatible display. Um, they just look good. They are a different video format that's sent over the same video media. So I don't really have any much more to say about it. It's just one of the advantages to an Android screen is that you can use that AHD video format. And I think it's pretty much a software thing. So I don't get why. No, you know what? It could be a video decoding thing too. So no, a lot of aftermarket radios probably just don't have the chips inside them to do it. But all right, I'm gonna keep cleaning up now. Where's the AHD camera? AHD camera was in here. AHD 25 frames per second is what I think that stood for, why it gave us the number 25. Okay, let's go put this stuff away, and then I'll be right back, YouTube. Okay, let's put stuff back. So this was the OEM display, right? This is going back to Amazon. The whole point of the OEM display was to show you that, okay, the whole point of this live stream, which I was not able to get to, was to show you night performance on an OEM display. That was the whole thing, to show you what it would look like at night on the OEM camera, on an aftermarket camera with no lights, on an aftermarket camera with LEDs, and on an aftermarket camera with IR. The big solution here was that you were going to get an aftermarket camera with IR lights. That was the big thing to show you, because that would solve most of your issues about night performance. I didn't order the correct camera, or maybe the correct camera was listed on a different thing, so I didn't get to show you that. I'll make a small short. I can fit that into a short of just showing you exactly what the video format looks like. What the video looks like when I get the IR camera. I just wanted to give you reference of the just how shitty your OEM camera is, honestly, there. But I didn't want you to think that there is some magical solution out there for your problem. It's a limitation of the actual displays. They're low res, 800 by 480. Even your newer displays are still lower resolution, so you're not going to get this super clear picture that you would find on like a Chrysler or a GM product or something like that. It's just the design of these things. So I think maybe, I don't know for sure, but 2020 is the cutoff on certain models, where I would say 2019, where you're really getting higher quality cameras. But on your older Acuras, you're still using older technology that just has its own limitations. And I just don't think Acura really cares that about the quality of your back camera. I think it's just, it's there and it works. But the last thing I will show you that is beneficial before I end the stream is, hold on, is this the camera I took? Yeah, okay. We were talking about possibly polishing the lens of your camera, right? So sometimes your OEM backup camera gets hazy. So this right here doesn't let you see, because it's either has water, has gotten hazy, or something's going on, and maybe it's shattered depending on what. So if you decide to take your camera apart and fix it, it is a little bit involved, and it is a little bit technical. So your camera, not all of them are going to be like this, but this is from a TSX. This had a set of screws here. Let me get a screwdriver. So a set of screws here that were mounted to the frame. I took those off. Then there were two screws that secured this, sorry, you can't see that, but secured this part to this. I took those off. Further down in these holes here, here and here, are even smaller screws that need to come out for you to get to the part of the camera you're interested in. They're super tiny. I'm actually going to need to get my second set of screwdrivers. That is just tiny, tiny screws. I would say probably this small. What is this? This is an S2. No, a PH00. PH00. That means anything to you, but that's how small these screws are that are inside. They'll stop turning once they're fully released. They won't come out, I believe, if I remember correctly. So then you're able to separate the camera. Oh, hold on, I didn't do it over here. Also, my camera is broken because I learned this as I was doing it. I didn't realize there were screws in here because, you know, I'm a Neanderthal. So now I should be able to pull this apart. Oh, hold on, I didn't get the screw out all the way. Okay. So there's the screw all the way. This is the electronics inside. See, it's like a little computer. I don't know what you expect it to be inside a camera, but there is stuff here. And then we have two more screws that we can get to remove that. Oh, sorry. Come on, bro. That secure this board to the actual frame or the, I don't know what you call this, the housing. So I'm going to take those off. I doubt you're ever going to come this far, honestly, but I figured I'd show you for anyone actually considering this. So now we can pop this board off, and then we get to this part. So here's the actual lens, and it looks like there are some metal contacts here. So now I'm going to pull this off, and maybe I can't. It looks like it's bent into place. Who am I, jerry rig everything, bro? Come on. All right, so I think it's because I had done damage to this that I'm having a harder time than maybe a camera that wouldn't be damaged is. But I could be wrong. It just could be hard overall. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that looks like it's fully sealed in there. So it had this, which I assume is some sort of metal contact to help with the something with the camera. I don't know camera technology. Here's the actual piece that you might be interested in. Can this be removed? Can you fix this? I think this is the furthest I can go. So I think you're out of luck. I don't think you can do more. I'm going to try to see if I get to the actual lens, but I don't think I can. It looks like it's just plastic at that point. Yeah. Um, this is all one entire piece. So that's going to be a no-go, guys. That's you can treat the outside of this. You could polish it, try to fix it. But if it's inside, it's cloudy, I don't think you're going to be able to do anything more because this looks to be pressed in already. I don't see any screw, any glue. It looks like it's just fully in there. I wonder, though, if in the front, you see this little gap here and this little gap here, if those are used to twist this on and off. Um, all right, as long as I don't fuck my finger up, I'm perfectly fine breaking this. Um, maybe in some way, but I don't see which way you would spin it. And it's just breaking on me. And the sides there, I don't see how it would come off. Yeah, I feel like maybe it's just to, like, a machine holds it, and that's what it uses to hold it. Yeah, and then I can see that's how this goes. Yeah, YouTube, unfortunately, I don't think you're going to get to a point where you can fix this on your own. I think this is replacement only if you are considering changing the camera. I don't think you can. Where the hell are those screws, sir? Was these? Yeah. I don't think there's much you can do on your own here. It's just maybe if you know more about like small electronics like this, you can figure something out. But like the average Joe, I don't think is getting this far involved. I think if your camera is shot and you try to polish the lens and that doesn't work, it's time for a new camera. I don't think you should bother coming this far because the chance, even let's say you're able to get it apart and clean it, the chances you putting it back together and it working again on your first time are very low. No offense to you. I talk to a lot of people, a lot of customers, and I can kind of just tell you from talking to those people that this isn't something that anyone really would want to do. Oh crap, I'm forgetting a piece. Okay. I'm just putting it back semi together for some shits and giggles so that I have like a full camera. Okay. That's good. Let's put these back. If you're ever curious about which camera the part number is on the actual camera, you can see it there. But there are like a lot of these are interchangeable. It's just this connector is different. So like I can tell you that this connector is specific to the TSX. I haven't seen another one with it. I'll show you here. Where it's the male. Sorry, this is the female because it takes in something. So it's the female. Everything else uses the male like this one did. So this is the male side here. Let me swap that. So this is the male. This is the female. But the pinouts across cameras are similar. Some are identical. So you might be able to use a different camera in a different vehicle, but you won't know unless you reference the pinouts and like sit there and figure out that all the wires match up. So if your camera doesn't work, right, your options are OEM cam or our plug and play cameras. Our plug and play cameras, I think, make sense when the OEM cam is ridiculously expensive. So let me see if I have a screen to show you. I don't think I do. Let me move this. Okay, and then let me share this screen. 2007 Acura MDX OEM backup camera. Show my wife. Can't believe I missed that. Okay. Let me show you this screen real quick. Okay, so now you can see my screen. We're starting talking about a backup camera for the most requested vehicle that I get, which is going to be a 2007 to 2009 Acura MDX. So that MDX, the backup camera sucks, and it ends up getting faded. It ends up losing the image, like it just doesn't even work. So usually the camera goes bad. People want to replace the camera, and that's where you get into the talk. Like, should you get a camera from us? Should you get a new camera from the dealer? Should you get an OEM cam, a used OEM cam? I don't think US used OEM cam is the answer. I think maybe a new knockoff camera from Amazon or a new camera from the dealer, but like wherever the dealer sells it the cheapest, or our product. I don't think you should go use OEM camera because it's just a matter of time before you're in the same position. But here, we'll look if it's even worth it. So our harness and camera is $100. So Right now, a used camera is 67, 79, 84, 89. I don't think I would get a used camera. A new camera, though, this is ridiculous if they think you're going to ever pay that much for a camera. So let's see if we look up the part number. Oh, this is the original, so we might be able to find it cheaper on the original. Camera. All right, let's grab the O2 because we didn't get the results we were looking for. $1,000 is ridiculous. 1,500, 1,600, factory direct. What the freak? That's not it, bro. Oh, you know what? It is it. It just doesn't have the housing. So 167. If this is a real camera, it says factory direct, 94.7. I don't know. I don't know if I trust that. Acura parts warehouse. Yeah, bro, that's crazy. So at this I would not. I would say get our camera. If you go to our website, Mobile Max Car Audio, and you go shop cameras, and then you come down here. This is what you're looking for. You're just gonna go buy now, and it's gonna add both things to your cart, and then we'll message you and ask you, hey, what car is it? Um, this is for no parking lines or fixed parking lines. Is what I would. This is what you would get, right, from us. So together, you're gonna pay what? With shipping, $99, so $100. So that is way better than that dealer price. But if you can find a camera on Amazon that is cheap, so if we look up 2007 Acura MDX backup camera, these aren't actual camera. These are universal ones. They're not actual cameras that will work. So let's go get let's go Acura parts warehouse. We'll go with a 2007. Sorry, 2007 Acura MDX, and it's gonna be the tech package. And we're looking for the camera, so I'm just gonna look up camera. No, yeah, that was right, bro. $1,000 is freaking crazy that they think anyone would ever pay this. Yeah, all right. So now let's change it to a 2012 Acura MDX backup camera. See, this one's cheaper, way cheaper. But the video format is the same. The pinout of the camera is different. So you could use this camera if you repinned it, but you wouldn't know what pins are what. But see, at this to 237 to $100, OEM cam with multi-view our camera. I think here the OEM camera with multi-view wins. If you use the multi-view, it's $237, so it's double the price, but it's OEM. You're gonna keep your car for a long time. You like the multi-view, it makes sense to go with the OEM camera. I'll show you a 2015 Acura TL. We'll go 2017 Acura TLX backup camera. So here, I think this falls into the realm where the camera's not that old. So if you get a used one, it's not the end of the world. But you can get a new one for relatively cheap still. Like $300 isn't like, it's expensive, but you have a newer car, it's expected that parts are going to be more expensive for it. So I don't think that's the end of the world. But we also have a camera for that. So I'll leave it up to you, man. I'm not here trying to sell you. I'm just trying to walk you through the thought process so you can make the proper decision for yourself. If you want to buy the camera from us, if you don't, if you want to get an OEM cam, if you want to get a used camera, totally up to you, but those are your options. You can buy our wire harness and then add your own camera. The limitation there is if you want it to be plug and play, you need 8 volts of power, a camera that works with 8 volts of power. And that's rare to find, and people usually don't put in the specifications of their camera if it will work or won't work with 8 volts of power. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. I hope that you at least learned something. I will make that short once I exchange that camera with an IR light camera, and then you can know for real. We'll look at it exactly on an OEM screen only. I'll make that video real short. Um, and that's really it. I'm going to go put some stuff away. When I come back, if you have any questions, I'll answer those, and then I'm going to get started with the 5 orders I need to do. Let's see how many people we got to stick around. Hey, 4 people. Let's go. That's more than my average. Usually it's 1. So shout out to you 4 people. I hope you have a good Friday night. Drink some water. Get ready for work tomorrow. Hopefully you don't have to work tomorrow. I'm having some, I think I can show this as long as I don't show the other stuff. So yeah, having a good night. I'm finally going to get to eat my chips because I won't be streaming anymore, so you guys won't hear me crunching away. Let's cheat all these chips, and I will catch y'all. I won't be streaming tomorrow. I'll probably not stream Monday, so not till Tuesday. And then if you're thinking about ordering something, the last day to order something is the 20th. If you order past the 20th, I can't guarantee that you'll get it before Christmas. Just because with the slowdowns of shipping. I know it's still a couple of days away from Christmas, but things will be so busy then that we may not be able to get to your order in enough time to get it for Christmas. And or if we ship your order, UPS, the post office, may delay it too long where you won't get it before Christmas. So order before the 20th if you're planning on ordering something. If you don't care about getting it before Christmas, just order whenever you want. All right, guys, have a great night, and I hope it was informational. I will make that. Still mad at myself about that, but I'll make that short, and then I will link it down in this if you ever decide to watch this live stream. Catch you guys next week.